Hello, Siva. Nice to finally
Hi.
meet you in person-ish.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. This is the first. This is the
Mm-hmm.
first podcast. The holistic shift for health creators in Michiana.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So my intention with this is to draw out from the community all the wonderful and amazing modalities that are available to people, so they can create health. So the perspective is a little bit different than treating, because I think one of the big hangups with people coming to a holistic practitioner is they think it's in place of a medical practitioner. And that's not the case. And maybe you agree or not, that I see it as maintaining health, building health, creating health, avoiding having to go to the doctor. How do you
100%.
see?
Yes, so that's a great distinction that you're trying to make between like a holistic medical model and maybe you could say a Western medical model.
Mm-hmm.
There is a place for both. But what we're seeing now, especially post-pandemic, excuse me, is this merging of the two in a way where people are looking, to the Western medical system for, the things that they may need depending on what medical issues they're working with. But if you want to be in the preventative side of it, if you want to work preventatively, which would be the holistic model, then, there are holistic medical systems such as Ayurveda, where you
Mm-hmm.
can be treated medically, but also holistically.
Mm-hmm.
So in India, Ayurveda is recognized as a valid medical system as we recognize our medical system here in the West, right? It's the same. However, they are not prescribing pharmaceuticals. Um, and like all the tests and things that they put you through, um, most of that is pretty much how the Western model functions. If you were to pursue medical or healthcare through Ayurveda or holistic models of medicine, then your prescriptions would look more like making sure your diet, the food, food is medicine, right? Making sure your diet is aligned with your specific unique constitution. So we're all individuals, right? Like little snowflakes or fingerprints. And so
Mm-hmm.
what I need for optimal health for me is going to look unique to me, and likewise for all of you. So when you understand your unique constitution and how to align your diet and your lifestyle, so your routines or your activities, and then diet, we could unpack that a little bit to say, what is your diet? When you say the word diet, everyone thinks of food, and yes, that is a big part of what your diet is. But in the scope of our physiology and biology, our diet is really everything we take in through all our five senses, through all our sense organs. Everything
Mm-hmm.
we
The
see,
consumption.
the consumption of everything we see, we touch, taste, hear, and everything we take in through our sense organs be digested to
Mm-hmm.
some it, metabolic process that the body has set. Right? We have to
Or
digest our
maybe
emotions. We have to
maybe
digest.
internalized.
Yeah, it has to be
You think?
assimilated and processed, and it's
Mhm.
used for a purpose. Whatever the body can uses purpose. Whatever it can't use, it waste. It becomes waste. Like even with stored emotions, things that we're taking in are prints, impressions. Those all have to be processed and then they're stored somewhere, and likewise, when we do a physical cleanse or detox, what goes along with that holistically would be also an emotional cleanse or detox and getting
Hmm.
the toxic emotional baggage out of our cells and tissues as well. So, yes, so working with a holistic model is the wisdom of prevention so that you don't find yourself in an advanced stage where you would probably turn to the Western medical model for what they have to offer in that regard.
Okay. You seem to have extensive knowledge. What is your background in Ayurveda?
I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner, so I've um, studied the holistic system, medical system of Ayurveda. I've been to India, and I'm going again this year to really do the clinical work that they do there. And I also, so part of their prescription is to give body treatments. You know, when it comes to balancing these emotions or cleansing the body, the lymphatics, grounding the nervous system, you know, these are systems that Ayurvedic treatments target the nervous system and lymphatic system.
Hmm.
And when you're seeing, you know, maybe you have a client who, you know, part of their health program of yes, you're working with they're changing their food, their meals
Hmm.
to be more aligned. You're offering suggestions of meditation, breath work, yoga, asana, exercise, anything to get them having a movement practice, a breath practice, a routine of a health program. And then, you know, depending on what they're working with, but anyone can benefit really is to receive bodywork services. So, treatments that are going to target the nervous system and lymphatic system, you know, they're very loving, caring, transformational sessions, you know, they each get carried out in a specific way for the person depending on what we're trying to work with, what their health goals are. um,
Would this be the panchakarma?
yeah, so
Is that?
panchakarma is pancha means five, karma means actions. So it's a specific set of five treatments that somebody would receive every single day, as well as a very special cleansing diet so
Hmm.
that they undergo this for a period of an actual panchakarma. You're going to be going at least 16 to 21 days.
Okay. So
Takes
what I saw
21
in
takes
the
21 days to go to the cellular level
okay.
to really
Okay.
detox the whole body, right?
Right. So, well, I'm working on my doctorate degree, and
I know.
I'm and in mind body medicine, and the class I'm taking is Ayurvedic medicine right now, and it's just fascinating that I just had to write a segment on panchakarma, and because Westerners kind of look at a detox like, oh, we're gonna you know drink tea or something for a day and detox.
Or like raw juice,
So right, right, just
raw
cleanse the
cold
system,
juices,
and
celery
I was
juice every
amazed.
day.
I was amazed at panchakarma, the preparation, and then the actual removal of toxins, and then key, restoring your body, reintroducing your body back to
Yeah,
its
it's a
new
three-phase process.
state, its new clean state.
Mhm.
Yeah, could you talk about that? I saw
Yep,
you posted about something
do.
specifically that's a part of that process recently. You said it's your favorite. Nausea? Is that how you pronounce it?
Nausea. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the system of panchakarma is customized and you know, a practitioner would create your program, your panchakarma program for you and be
Hmm.
with you every step of the way during that time. There's not very many panchakarma centers in the US. A lot of people will go to India to receive panchakarma. I'm taking a group there this October, November actually for that. And I plan on doing that every year, you know, being able to take people there. But there is a way to receive it here in the US too. Um, and it's a three-phase process. So the first phase is you have to prepare your body to undergo deep toxin removal.
Hmm.
If you just jumped into it today, you might get really sick during that time if you don't prepare your body properly. So this is a
Hmm.
very intelligently, holistically designed system of detox that is safe and will optimize your health and not hurt you.
Hmm.
So the first phase, preparing your body, so you're weaning out alcohol, caffeine, maybe certain foods like meats and dairies, things that are heavy and hard to digest. And then maybe you're taking you're internally oleating. So that means you're taking ghee, which is a clarified butter. When you clarify the butter, you're taking out all the milk solids, and what you have is just a really clean oil that is really beneficial for the removal of toxins. And that's because, for one, oil has this dual purpose of saturation, but also drawing out. So when you take the ghee in, it comes into the tissues, it draws out the fat soluble toxins. So the toxins that are lodged in the fat cells because your body wasn't able to process them or eliminate them on its own. So it draws out these fat soluble toxins, and then through more, so you take this every day, an increased dose every single day. And then phase two is that deep cleansing phase. So now you've taken all of this oil in, and in it, and this again, just remember, this is customized for every single person. So don't take this as
Hmm.
like, oh, this is how it's going to be for every single person,
Right.
but this is general. So that when you get to that phase two, you've got all of these toxins ready to be eliminated, and you've prepared your body digestively, metabolically, to process and eliminate toxins. So for 7 full days, hopefully you would receive five, right? Pancha means five treatments every. That will help move the toxins from your system. You're drinking tea, taking herbs, you're eating a special prescribed diet. And then once that stage is completed, then there is the rejuvenation phase, or they call it a phase. And once you've cleaned house, right, now you
Hmm.
have to, you've been depleted, right?
Hmm.
You've depleted your tissues of all this stuff.
Yeah.
So now we have to strengthen that. We have to build that back up. So that's why, even maybe you're familiar with just general cleansing. If you do a juice fast for a few days, you don't just go eat a pizza, as soon as you're ready to finish the cleanse. You have to build yourself back up safely, build your digestive fire strength back up strongly, so that you can start maintaining your health from that place.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
then guidance from there, lifestyle guidance about how to maintain and not accumulate
Mhm,
the toxins again.
mhm, mhm. But
From there.
during that whole process and working, I mean, at least how I work is, I like to empower my clients. I like to
Hmm.
educate my clients, because
Yeah.
Ayurvedic wisdom is very empowering, so that you can understand your constitution and understand how to choose your diet, right? Make informed, intelligent choices about your diet. And then, so understanding your constitution helps you understand ways that you may get in balance, the foods or the environmental factors that take you out of balance, so that you can bring yourself back in. So you understand what you need when you need it. Like, I really want to empower my clients this way, so that their self care really gets cultivated in such a way that their preventative health is managed by them, by you, right?
Right.
It's not for me to manage, it's for me to help you learn how to manage your own.
Could you
The
give
goal.
just maybe an example of the doshas in the constitution
Mhm.
and maybe prakriti and vikriti?
Yes. Prakriti is the Sanskrit word for your inborn constitution. Everybody is born with a unique ratio of these three doshas. The doshas are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And those three doshas are physiological energies that
Mhm.
function in the body and govern certain areas of the body and functions. And those three doshas are made up of the five elements. And the five elements of Ayurveda are ether, space, air, fire, water, and earth. And all creation is made up of these five elements. So we're all made of the same stuff. Even the planets are
Mm.
all made of this stuff. So we're all kind of integral with Ayurveda in this
I
in
know
the
what you
plant.
mean.
And yeah.
We know too.
Yeah, we're all an integral part of nature.
Mhm.
So Vata is air and space. It's a
Mhm.
combination of air and space. Pitta is a combination of fire and water, and Kapha is a combination of earth and water. So depending on your combination, like there's certain qualities that are within those elements, right? So air is wind, air is
Mhm.
movement, right? Space is a container where the movement can happen, right?
Mhm.
So you think of a Vata person who has air and space qualities. If they're a Vata dominant person, they're going to be the ones that are like up in the ethers, in the clouds, just kind of like maybe a little bit of scattered brain. They're going to be the ones that need more grounding in their constitution, right?
Mhm.
So that's just teeny bite-sized nutshell version.
Right,
And then
right.
Pitta, fire and water. Well, fire's heat, right? And we got to have the water because if we just have heat, then we're just going to burn up. So we got to have that water to protect the heat element. So fire, pittas are fiery. They are, um, fiery can translate as a lot of things. Fiery in personality, they really like to be in charge. They're really competitive, maybe a little controlling. CEOs are really good examples of pitta people, um, and very quick-witted, very engaged. And then Kapha people, so you've got water and earth. Well, what happens when you
Mhm.
mix water and earth?
Mud.
Mud. So what are the qualities?
We're muddy.
Sticky, heavy, sluggish, just kind of a little bit like very grounded, right?
Yeah.
So then when we come to, so we all have all three doshas. We all have all three. The prakruti is whatever ratio of these five elements are in the womb and sperm when you're conceived is what you get. And it
Oh.
never changes. So the Vikruti then is your imbalanced state. So when you have a Ayurvedic consultation, first we do an assessment to find out your Prakruti. Then we do an assessment to find out your Vikruti. And then we create a health program to bring you from Vikruti to Prakruti.
Okay. So Vikruti is
Your
a
symptoms.
disturbance. It
Yeah, it's like it's your symptoms of dis-ease,
ah
of
got it.
imbalance.
Okay.
Like I can't sleep at night. I have inflammation. My gut is messed up. I can't digest food properly. Whatever these imbalanced symptoms are presenting as, that's your Vikruti. So then we just try to bring you back to your Prakruti, which is optimal balance and health for you.
Okay. So would somebody need to go through a full panchakarma to get back to their own Prakruti?
No, because the thing is, the the funny thing, kind of funny, not funny, but the root word of dosha is dosh, and that means literally that which goes out of balance.
Oh.
So
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 it's by design.
doshas by design,
Ah,
it is that's why you need to be empowered with the knowledge of your constitution to understand what you need when you need it, because environmental factors, food, emotional stress, all of these things take us out of balance. So even if you have a panchakarma, yes, you've detoxed your body, but as soon as you walk out, you still have to keep your balance
hmm. Yeah,
daily, mo even like hourly,
yeah.
you know,
Or seasonally, or the
and
time of your
seasonally,
life, or the time of the
all
day,
of it.
even. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fascinating stuff. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great.
Good.
So I saw you post something that you said was your favorite treatment, and it's, from what I understand, it's part of the full panchakarma, but it could be a standalone. And that was
Yes,
that
and so
that
that's good
nausea.
that
Yeah.
yes, so that's what's great practice I've established is because I first went as a panchakarma therapist,
Mm.
massage therapist, and then I went into art exclusively. I became a panchakarma therapist.
Ah.
So before I even became a therapist, I was working as an assistant panchakarma therapist at the Deepak Chopra Center in the
Ah.
90s, right? Started all of this is I was making the herb oils for the treatment. Like every treatment had a specific protocol for what
Mhm.
herbs and oils to use treatment and how to carry it out. And so my job was to prepare those oils, prepare the treatments. And then I even got to be like a body so they could practice giving on me. And I was like, yes, this is what I want to do.
Wow.
So 25 years later, 30 years later, now I'm on the other end of it with my own practice, but I was exclusively a panchakarma therapist in for the Hindu for the I'll just for this a couple of places over in California. So when I moved on from that position, I started my own practice because I had completed all my Ayurvedic academics and began my own practice offering Ayurvedic therapies in a day spa setting.
Mm.
So there has to be some public access point for people to experience Ayurveda,
Mhm.
right? You don't have to have a panchakarma just to experience Ayurvedic treatments. I have been able to modify all these clinical treatments to be received safely for anyone who just walks in, wants to book it online, right? However, like the nausea, so I call it a sinus treatment on my
Mhm.
service menu because it is treating everything above the neck, right? So nausea is administering medicated oil through the nasal route into the sinus area. And what I love about it so much is like, because for one, I am a vata dominant person, right? So that again, that's air and ether. So
Mhm.
to help me balance, I need the opposite of that. I need something that's going to ground me. I need
Mhm.
something with more kapha qualities. And kapha is water and earth, makes the mud. What else is like in that realm? Unctuous, oily, you know,
Mhm.
soft and smooth and sticky oil, right? So oil is the perfect antidote for balancing vata, grounding vata. And by the way, vata governs the nervous system. So we
Mm.
all need to ground our vata in this day and age, right?
Yes.
And so Nasya, as well as Shirodara is the oil pouring on the head, which I also love. But the reason I love it much is because when we ingest things, anything we take into our mouth, it has to go through the liver, has to be processed through the liver. And we
Mm.
all have overtaxed livers these days. So when we bring something in through the nasal route, it doesn't have to go through the liver. It goes straight through the blood-brain barrier
Oh.
into the brain. And so the herbs can be distributed this way into the brain, into the nervous system, to ground the nervous system, to medicate, to nourish the nervous system. And the side effects of this are mental clarity, rejuvenation, like a reboot, like pushing the reboot button on your nervous
Mhm.
system.
Who doesn't need that?
Who doesn't need that? And there's there's a whole long list, obviously, of all of everything that it does for you.
How long does that take?
Oh, it's instant. What do you mean?
Okay.
Like the
So if somebody
treatment?
came in for that treatment, because we talked about some that were Like
Yeah, so I have
weeks
a
long.
90,
So
it's a 90-minute session.
okay.
It's so I work on the pretty much, well, first I'll give like a 20-minute relaxation massage on the back and the neck and the shoulders. And then I'll have you on your back and we'll be doing a lot of warm oil massage on the face and the neck and the head, and the ears. I'll be doing specific Marma points. So these are energy points that will also help clear the any congestion or lymphatics, even the glymphatics from the brain. I'm going to be working on trying to help all of that drain. And then I do some steam towels. So we're going to warm up, not just with the oil, but we're going to warm up all the deep tissues with that warmth to help the drainage also. And also to help receive the oil deep in the tissues. And then we do a 20-minute herbal steam cocoon. So I put this steam tent cocoon over you, and you're enveloped in this amazing herbal steam that really opens up all the channels. And especially if you do have chronic sinus congestion or allergies or something, this is a really great way to prevent those, but even help you clear it. So you're enveloped in this steam, and then that concludes. And then at the very end, I'll have you drop few drops of this medicated oil into your nostrils. So you'll just be laying back, and you'll put a couple drops in each nostril and just kind of inhale it up into the brain, right? But this is really it really does have like a fast onset of therapeutic effect. It is like a rapid absorption way to get the herbs and high bioavailability. And it's a direct entry into the central nervous system. So
Wow.
it's very, very
And
effective. And a lot of times, and what I observed in India was that this was prescribed for mental health. People, especially
mhm.
there was one youth girl that we treated daily, and I was amazed at what we accomplished with her because she was very depressed. She was a depressed youth as a young girl in this world today. She just it was very, very challenging. And so this is what the doctor prescribed for her. And I was so tickled. I was like, oh, I love that she's prescribed
Mhm.
nausea because I didn't realize it could be used as a mental health remedy.
It's technically above the neck.
Everything above the neck. So even physically, it helps with stiffness in the neck, helps with
Mhm.
TMJ, ear, like vertigo stuff, even just the eyes, like the whole everything up here. It just lubricates, medicates, nourishes, strengthens,
Mhm.
grounds the vata, helps the nervous system. And so, I mean, I just love getting my head and my face worked on, and then so
It
that's
feels
why
good
it's
just to
my
hear
it
about it.
feels that's
It's
why it's
like you're
one of
like,
my
oh
favorite.
man,
Yeah.
we
And
should have scheduled this in your office.
I know. Well, luckily I just opened it. So
Yeah, so tell me
um
how people can find you.
yeah, so I was able to connect with the doctor at Lotus Health and Wellness in Mishawaka.
Mhm. Okay.
Ari Chang, she's a medical doctor, and
Mhm.
she's also a doctor of Oriental medicine and gives
Yeah.
acupuncture.
Yeah, Japanese acupuncture. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so she has graciously provided a room for me to
Oh, it's
lease
perfect.
when I have appointments, and she, really loves that I'm offering Ayurveda, and she loves the modality. So, I'm there starting on Wednesday. I'm going to be there Wednesdays. If it grows, maybe another day. I'm also in Plymouth at the Union. It's a wellness boutique here in Plymouth that Sandy Orson runs, and she's a lovely person as well. So, yeah, I actually have someone coming in from Fort Wayne today to get some treatments. So I really, really hope that, the community finds value in this and really regards this as something that could be a game changer for them. I do Ayurveda and yoga workshops at Sacred Waters and Marma yoga classes.
What's Marma?
Well, Marma is the energy points, the Marma energy points on the
Okay.
body. But I also educate and teach these modalities. So if there's any massage therapists listening or people that would like to specialize in this, then I have a certification program for both Marma and the clinical Ayurvedic body work as well.
Wow.
So I'm on a mission to grow the
That's
modality.
I am too. I just thank you so much. I appreciate all of the investment that you made to learn all this. I know it's not easy, and
It's a passion.
I was gonna say, but I can feel your passion.
Yeah,
And when you have
it's a
that,
passion.
it doesn't matter how hard it is, how many
Yeah.
hours you lose to sleep.
No,
You
because it's a
have to
life,
do
it
it.
becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It becomes a lifestyle and it becomes everything I'm about, just like if you were a fisherman
Right.
a canyoneer, you just be
Yeah.
consumed with it.
It's who you are.
Yeah,
And
and
wouldn't it be great if we could help people find out who they are, so they could have
that's
all
the
that
goal.
passion that you
That's
do?
the goal.
All
That's
right.
the goal.
Well, let's close it now. I will post this on YouTube, and we can put your contact information below, and then we can also invite people to ask questions.
Yeah,
This is the first one, and I think there was last time I checked, which a couple weeks ago, there was one subscriber on the channel.
sweet.
So,
Well, I can link it to mine too and have
okay,
or something and
perfect.
share it with me when it's ready.
And we'll get this type of information out, draw it out of Michiana, and we're gonna people when they fly over this community, and they're gonna say, "What's that glow down there?"
The vortex.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
get
something's
drawn
going on
in.
down there.
Yeah.
I think we need to land. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. All right. I know you have a busy day as well as I do too.
Good.
So,
All good
all
things.
right. All right.
Okay,
Take
thank
care.
you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.